All right, good morning, everybody. June 8th, 2021, 9:12 a.m. We're going to cover a bunch of things in this video. That includes the possibility of our first legit hurricane, dare I say it. We are a pretty far ways out, but nonetheless, we could see our disturbance right here, 30% chance of cyclone formation over the next 5 days. Did you guys know that in less than 48 hours, we have a solar eclipse? And we can see that here in the Northeast. Not all of the United States, but some of it. As of right now, I'll show you when and where you'll be able to see this eclipse, of course, weather permitting. And we absolutely need to check on our friends in Calipatria, California, as we are up to over 1,000 earthquakes after that initial quake just 2.5 days ago. This swarm began by the Salton Sea, and it has not stopped since. We are still getting frequent quakes in this area today. And we got a few other rare occurrences taking place. You're looking at a tornado in Colorado, and you guys know the drill. There's just crazy stuff going on left, right, and center. Let's check it all out. All right, and I just realized I've already done my intro, so we'll just go on to the first topic. We are over here on Mike's weather page. Awesome website, awesome guy, works very hard to keep people up to date, especially in the tropics. So you can follow him on Facebook. You can come to his website, spaghettimodels.com. He has all the good, cool looking charts, all the stuff that people want to see and know about. With that said, let's talk about the Gulf really quick. We do have some severe weather going on across the U.S., specifically the Dakotas. Check this out. Just a few weeks ago, guys, we were talking about snow in the Dakotas, and now we had record heat over the last couple days. It was hotter in North and South Dakota than it was in the Keys of Florida. And as interesting as that might be, it still can't do, at least not yet, what Florida does or the Gulf, and that is produce hurricanes. Now, of course, I mean the Caribbean and Central America, but here it is, 30% chance of cyclone formation. What this means is that within the next 5 days, they're expecting this storm to form. That doesn't mean it's going to make a landfall in 5 days. We have 5 days for this storm to form with a 30% chance. And the best way I can explain that is here on Tropical Tidbits. So we have the Gulf view here. And basically what I'm going to show you is that over the next 5 days, which brings us from June 8th to about the 13th. Now watch what happens between now and the 13th. You're not going to see much of a storm because they predicted the storm to form during this time. That's way different than a storm already existing and heading towards landfall with spaghetti plots and things like that. So we still have a little more time before we'll even see where exactly the storm's going to form and where it may go. So it's very important to not jump to conclusions. It's important to share the information, but not put out warnings like, oh my goodness, this thing is going to hit Texas in 12 days. That is just not a wise thing to do by any means. But now that we have the data and we can see that we have the potential for this storm, let's talk about what could happen. And based on past experience, as I back this up, we know that even once a storm enters the Gulf, it can change directions, go different ways, depends on the jet stream, the Bermuda high pressure, the Gulf pressures. So many little things help determine where a hurricane is going to go, if it's even going to form to begin with. We got to understand that we may not even get this hurricane forming. We may get a tropical disturbance, and it may stay there. It may be a tropical storm. We could get a Category 1. We just don't know yet. Some things we can apply to this situation are things that we do know, and a good start is obviously are the conditions there for a hurricane. And I'm going to go ahead and say yes, we are in that part of the season. As you can see right here, the water temperatures, the bathtub of the Gulf of Mexico is plenty warm for not only the formation but the sustaining of major cyclones or hurricanes. And in all reality, if you go ahead and look it up, it's basically 79 degrees Fahrenheit is that prime time temperature, or somewhat of a Goldilocks zone, you can say, that will keep hurricanes sustained. And that's what leads me to believe that the east coast of the United States is possibly going to take its turn this year. And as we enter this part of June, we're 1 week into the official start of hurricane season. Again, they were going to begin this May 15th. That may still come in the future, but nonetheless, just like last year, 1 week in, and we are starting to see our hot spots. The areas that show favorable development are in this orange color, and just within the next couple days, you're going to see a lot of red on this chart. We could see near Central America, Nicaragua, parts of Mexico that curl up into the Gulf, Cancun, and the gap between Cuba, a very important area here. And when all that information is put together, it's really not too far-fetched to understand that we could literally see a hurricane in the next week and a half in the Gulf of Mexico, as if 2020 never ended. One thing that's for sure is you will know every single little detail about this storm and every other one for the 2021 season right here on this channel. All right, the sun has been causing a lot of different situations on Earth. We're not going to get into too much detail, but we're going to touch on the solar eclipse and the fact that we still have this absolutely insane earthquake swarm. Well over 1,000 earthquakes now since the beginning of this happened in the Salton Sea, which is directly connected to the San Andreas fault line. That is why this is such a huge concern. It's almost as if it's like a slow slip with these tiny little earthquakes going off, but we just haven't seen anything like this in so long. And I know a lot of the earthquake channels that focus on this stuff a lot more than I do are all over this, so you'll have plenty of information besides this channel, which is a good thing. So we have to keep an eye on this area and the West Coast as a whole. And now we will talk about solar eclipse, the Ring of Fire solar eclipse for 2021, how to watch, times, and what to expect. Very exciting. I'll go ahead and read bits and pieces of this to you, and we'll start right here. Early morning skywatchers are in for a dramatic show. Thursday, June 10th, less than 48 hours, when the moon moves in front of the sun to create its year's first solar eclipse. A solar eclipse happens when the moon moves between the sun and the earth, casting a shadow on the earth and fully or partially blocking the sun's light in some places. Now, who is going to see this eclipse? People in parts of Canada, Greenland, northern Russia will experience the eclipse and the Ring of Fire. And this from our good friends at NASA. The moon will be blocking about 80% of the left side of the sun as they rise together in the east-northeast at 5:42 a.m., causing the sun to appear as a crescent, as you could see in the chart I've provided. Now, keep in mind, we have Eastern time, Central time, Mountain time. We got to figure out what the right time is. So, when is the best time to see the solar eclipse? In many of these locations, the eclipse will occur before, during, and shortly after sunrise. So this is an early rise deal. You'll need a clear view of the horizon during sunrise in order to see the eclipse. So those are the basic directions. It's basically a northeast type of event. If you want a more professional source to give you the information, there is a video posted by NASA here called 2021 Annular Solar Eclipse. Also, to safely watch the eclipse, you will need to wear eclipse glasses, not regular sunglasses, throughout the entire thing. Better safe than sorry, and I was taught that as a kid growing up, so of course I'm going to pass it on to you guys. Alright, I think I covered everything we need to in this video. I'm about to get slammed here in the Northeast with some severe weather, so I'm going to cut this short and get this posted while I can. Again, the Dakotas also going through some severe weather. It is hotter in the Dakotas, or at least it was, than it was in the Keys of Florida. Also, Ontario, you guys are in line for some severe weather as well, so stay safe. And a short little message for you at the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching and continuing to follow this channel. It means the world to me, and I'll see you right back here ASAP. Take care. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.